I'm Rebecca Folsom, and I am a nationally touring singer-songwriter.
And I'm Andrea Roberts. I am a recording engineer, musician, producer based in Los Angeles.
And we are here to talk to you about the Brilliantly Boldly Alive song that we created together.
Yes.
I had recorded this song twice. This is, with a full band and all the resources it takes to do that. And this is the women's empowerment song on my Sanctuary album. And very, very important to me, this song. And it just still wasn't there. So when I thought into it, I was like, wait a minute, I've been getting this intuitive message that this should be produced with Andrea and this should be done out in LA.
And we ended up recording at 4th Street Recording Studio in Santa Monica, owned and operated by Kathleen Wirt, one of the few first and still few recording studios owned and operated by a woman. We brought together really fabulous musicians, Angel M on bass, guitar, vocals, vocal production, everything. Beth Goodfellow on drums and vocals, Lily Lyons on violin, Leanne Roberts on background vocals.
And Andrea played on keyboards and organ. And we had Jasmine Mills as assistant engineer.
And I engineered the session, I mixed the song. And so the whole creative and technical process was done by women.
Yeah, all women team. And it was extraordinary.
I am on fire now, burning through fear and doubt.
There's a lot of great organizations that support women in the recording industry. One that has been really influential for me is We Are Moving the Needle, founded by the wonderful Emily Lazar. They gave me a scholarship to go to France to be part of the Mix with the Masters seminar with Chad Blake. And not only just in the moment of the experience of going, but then the connections that it brought me later with other women in the organization, other women in other organizations, just the visibility of saying, hey, this is somebody who's working in the industry and we support her. Go look at what she's doing. That's huge. That's huge for women. Just being able to be seen. And that's, for me, that's a big part of this song too. Yeah, there's so many women doing great work and it's, let's celebrate that.
It's been a big year for Andrea. She worked on the Renaissance album with Beyonce.
Little album by
Just a
Beyonce.
small album she was part of, and was nominated for a Grammy as an engineer on that.
Yeah, because sometimes it really just takes one person or one organization saying, you can do this. Rebecca coming to me saying, I want you to work on this with me. I want you to co-produce. Okay, I can do that. Yeah. And then, because we're so often told that we can't or that we have to prove ourselves first before we can be in the room. Sometimes it takes being in the room and doing it. And that's how you do it.
Often.
That
is what it takes.
Most of the time. There's the first time doing everything. There's the first time running a session. There's the first time producing a song.
Yeah.
You have to do it, and you have to believe in yourself, and sometimes it takes someone else believing in you and putting you in that room, opening the door for you to walk in. And
yes.
Yeah. And I hope that we can get to a point where we don't have to talk about being a woman in the room. We can talk about what we're doing.
Being in the room.
Being in the room, talk about the craft, talk about the process, talk about what gear we use, talk about all of the technical things, all of the artistic things, all of the things that go into production. We're getting there. So it's still important to acknowledge that there are barriers, that there are struggles, and that there are people and organizations to support that. And we're moving that direction.
Yeah, moving that direction. And I love what you said about one person, one person to help you, to believe in you, and then you can be that one person for someone else.
Yeah.
And the ripple that happens in that way. And sometimes we think that our little whatever we're doing doesn't make a difference, and yet our our believing in each other, just that one person creates the big ripple around that, inspiring change, creativity, brilliance, equality, abundance for all. I mean, these are the bigger dreams that we're looking at, and that's a piece of what the whole Sanctuary album is about. So it felt very congruent to play with you in this way, and to bring voice to an area that has a little less voice usually. Bring voice to that area and open up that genius, open up that aliveness.
Shine.